You know, today's video is very fitting because I am feeling like a hollow, empty, tired shell as I film this. Hello and welcome back to the channel and Vlogmas. Today I want to talk about something that a lot of people may not understand if you're not part of the disability community, if you don't relate to chronic pain and chronic fatigue. So people like Annie and Jessica will understand this, but I understand if civilians do not. I've talked about this before. I have chronic pain. I deal with it every day, but how much I deal with it, how much pain really comes and goes. And with that, and sometimes it's also separate, I deal with a lot of chronic fatigue, both in the sense that my eyes are incredibly sleepy and I feel like I haven't gotten enough sleep, but also like my body feels empty, like there's nothing in there. It's just like having rubber arms or whatever that just lay there and do nothing and flop almost. So I want to talk about a little story, right? I remember once I was staying with someone and this was a work day. Every day is a work day, but this was a filming day to be more specific, and I really needed to film, but I could not get out of bed. And this was a mixture of fatigue, probably pain, and depression. And okay, so depression, chronic pain, and fatigue, they all kind of like go together, at least for me. And I think it was about 6 o'clock. I had ended up sleeping the whole day because I could not get out of bed. I think the few times I did try to get out of bed and I did a little bit of work like emails and whatnot, but my body was not having it. It was a struggle to like get up and make food or wash a dish, you know, stuff like that. And I ended up in bed for so long. And of course, I was on a deadline, sort of, but when your body doesn't want you to do anything, it doesn't want you to do anything. So I think at this hour, I was starting to feel a little bit okay. So I got up and I was talking to him and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so stressed out now because I was supposed to do all of this already. I wanted to get this done, but I just couldn't. And the response I got from this person who knew these things about me and what I had was all, what did you say? Something along the lines of, well, maybe you shouldn't have been sleeping all day. And I was like, and that annoyed me. That was painful. And it's so common to hear that. Because a lot of people think, especially with disabled people, they love to... they're just like, well, if you tried hard enough, you know, like with my hearing, if you tried harder to hear, you would hear better or whatever. I'm like, that's not how this works. That is scientifically not how this works. It's just so frustrating. It's hard to explain. Being lazy is completely different from actually not being able to do the thing. Like in my head, my brain is like, Rikki, you need to get up. Get up and do this work. You really, really want to do this work. And either A, you can't get up at all because it's just too painful. It takes up too much energy that you actually do not have. Or you might get up, but then within minutes, you're too dizzy or whatever, too tired to remain standing up or sitting up, and or to concentrate as well. Sometimes I can sit up and whatnot long enough to actually do something, but in here, it has no energy. It cannot think. Nothing in there can focus because different body parts, different day. And you know, occasionally I have severe shoulder and back pain. There would be days when my ribs would feel like they're doing something that shouldn't be happening and I couldn't move. Like, imagine a Charlie horse, but in your ribs. That's what it felt like. Don't ask me how that happened, but that's what happened. And like, I couldn't do anything, but I would get ridiculed for that type of thing. And essentially, people would be calling it lazy, but that's not what it is. And just because maybe yesterday I would have a really, really good day, sometimes that really, really good day takes all the energy that I have. And the next day, next 2 days, I will have nothing because what I had the previous day is just all that I had, and I had to when you have to catch up on work, you have to use even more energy to get that done. Like, for instance, Vlogmas is taking up so much time and I love it. But I'll be lying if, I haven't been really behind on things because I physically cannot keep up with what my mind really wants. My body just won't do that. And that doesn't make me lazy. Sometimes we have lazy days. But, again, just don't confuse being lazy with whatever it is that we're dealing with our disabilities, right? Don't try to put them together. It doesn't work that way. But most of the time, if we are saying that we actually cannot get up, we can't get up. People are like, what'd you do all day? Oh, I had to stay in bed because I was this and that. Oh man, I would love a job where I could just lay in bed all day like that. I had to go to work and be on my feet all day, or, I just want to sit at home and watch Netflix. And we're like, yeah, no, we want to go out. We want to have a life. We want to have like a career where we can actually not be behind on things sometimes, and we want to hang out with friends and go out to eat or whatever it is. We want to be able to clean all the dishes. We want to clean our room when it's an absolute disaster. Being stuck in bed when it's not your choice is not fun, unfortunately. So, yeah, it's not the same thing. Able people, at least, okay, you know what? Some disabled people don't deal with this stuff. So let's say it like this. If you do not experience like the chronic pain and the fatigue and depression, even all those things intersect, if you do not actually experience this, you may not understand it, and that's okay. But when we're trying to tell you that something isn't working, that we can't do it, don't try to minimize what we're saying or dismiss it and say that we're just being lazy and that we don't want to do whatever it is that we need to do. Sometimes we don't want to, but when we're saying that we actually cannot do the thing that we really need and want to do, don't try to call us lazy. It's incredibly insulting, and I hate it when that happens. So please understand. We beg of you. So yeah, that's something that I thought would be a good idea to bring up because I've been feeling it a lot lately. I wanted to make this video a long time ago, like 2 months ago even, but it just ended up not happening. Mostly because I couldn't think of what I wanted to say. But yeah, to fellow disabled people that deal with this type of thing, I'm with you. I understand. Let's get through this together. As always, I very much appreciate you watching, and before you go, if you haven't, consider being a pledge on a Patreon. It's a great way to support your favorite creators' content. From me, you get perks like music playlists, written pieces that you won't see anywhere else, and pen pal letters if you go up high enough. And I will see you later. Bye!